Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. We were in the second Vakya of the fourth Brahmana in the fourth chapter. This Brahmana is called Shariraka Brahmana because it is talking about the Atma in the Sharira, giving up one Sharira, taking up another Sharira, etc. Now, in this context, we saw that the Upanishad is describing the process of death itself, what happens during that time. And in fact, in the second Khandika, it was said that each and every organ, sense organ, organs of action and all, they become one with the Linga Sharira, the Sukshma Sharira, in the form of prana. And then this Lingatma leaves the body and then it takes another body. Okay, about this. So when the Lingatma is leaving, when the Jivatma, basically the Atma which is conditioned by the Linga Sharira, when it leaves, that prana also goes along with that. Okay, and along with that, all other indriyas also go along with that. And when it goes, it also takes with itself the vidya, karma, and the purva prajna, like that. The Upanishad is saying, whatever vidya here is the upasana, okay, or dhyana phala, and karma phala, whatever karma you have done. And along with that, your vasanas, the samskaras of all your experiences, correct? Any experience leaves behind an impression, which is called vasana or samskara. That impression also you take along with you. Now, this part of the Bhashya only we have to see now, I think, because we have already seen the Bhashya where it was explaining, Bhashya was explaining how all the different organs become one with the Linga Sharira, and then they all live together. Okay. In fact, Bhashyakara also at that time even quoted Bhagavad Gita, which is very interesting. So, Sada Tadbhava Bhavitaha. So, Bhashyakara is saying, in fact, he was explaining why the Upanishad is even talking about all these things. So, at that time, Bhashyakara says that at the time of death, you don't have any swatantriya, correct? You don't have any freedom. You cannot decide what you will think at that time, etc. Okay. So it's not under your control. Nothing is under your control. At the time of death, your karma will lead you. Okay. And that karma phala or karma itself is based on whatever you have done in the life, correct? Throughout the life, whatever you have done, based on that only you will be led to your next birth. So if you want to have a desirable next birth and all that, what you should do? That's what he said here. So, in fact, I think we saw this. Anyway, Tasmat Tatkale Swatantriyartham Yoga Dharma Anusevanam. So, yoga and dharma. Here you can include all kinds of dharma karya. Parisankhya Abhyasascha Vishishta Punya Upachayascha. So, you have to collect special punya, etc. You have to accumulate that. So, those who are having Shraddha, and those who want to go to a nice paraloka arthibihi, and those who are alert, he's saying apramattaihi, because you are aware of all these things, you care for all these things, you are not careless. So by such people, all these things have to be done, he is saying, and what all the Shastras are really, what they are actually mandating you with effort is that what they see, all the Shastras are making some effort and mandating something for you. What is that? That you should keep away from the Duskarma, Duskaritat cha Uparamanam. Why? Because at that time you cannot gain that at the time of death I'll do everything. Somehow it is like postponing, correct? Even studying Vedanta, people think that I'll retire and study and all that. By the time you retire, you may not have the proper health or whatever is required to do this study. Studying Vedanta also is very serious. Similarly, any other Punya karma also, you have to do it as a matter of everyday life. That's why Nitya karma is so important, Naimitya karma is so important. You cannot postpone all these things and think that I'll do it later or after I retire or before I die, I'll do a lot of Punya karma, I'll do some, or I'll go to Tirtha Yatra, or do some big yajna at that time, etc. That will not happen because you will be guided by your own karma only. Bhashyakara is very clear about this. Bhashyakara is saying you cannot do it at the time of death. In fact, that is very much said in the Gita also, correct? Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram ifprayati sa madbhavam yati nastyatra samshayaha, like that Bhagavan says first. So at the time of death also, okay, marana kale, the one who is always thinking about me, okay, the Vishnu, Parameshwara. So when you leave this body, thinking about Vishnu, Bhagavan, and then there is no doubt that he will reach me only, means he will reach. Either if you take it as a loka and all that, you will go to the Devata loka, or if you take that Vishnoho Paramam Padam as this, this Atma Eva Lokaha, correct? Means you are established in the truth of your own self. Jnana Nishta is there also, only the body is falling. It has got nothing to do with you, in fact. You have a certain freedom. Okay. So this, in fact, he continues also the next verse also, which is what Bhashyakara is quoting, right? Yam yam vapis maran bhavam tyajachyante kalevaram tamtame vaiti konte sada tadbhava bhavitaha. Sada tadbhava bhavitaha is the one he is quoting. That means all the time you are thinking about your upasana devata, let us say, whichever devata it is. Okay, then you go to that devata loka. Okay, and that abhyasa has to be done all the time throughout your life. That's what here Bhashyakara is quoting that, and that's what he's saying also. Don't think that you can get all these things at the time of death. And this is very important because with Punya karma, you go to a Punya loka, with Papa karma, you will end up in undesirable loka or undesirable bodies. So, continuing, etasya hi anarthasya उपशम उपाय विधानाय सर्व शाखा उपनिषदः प्रवृत्ताः. So all the Upanishads are there. They are actually started. Why? Because to stop or resolve all these anarthas, undesirables only. Correct? These undesirable births, undesirable bodies, to resolve all these things, to get rid of all that only, that upaya, it is the means. So to give a means, to mandate a means for you to get rid of all these anarthas, undesirables only, all the Upanishads are starting. Like different Upanishads in different Veda Shakha, correct? We have seen different Upanishads. This Brhadaranyaka is the Shukla Yajurveda, and Taitriya is Krishna Yajurveda, Chandogya is Samaveda, Kena Upanishad is again Shukla Yajurveda, sorry, Samveda, Ishavasya is Shukla Yajurveda. Like this different, Aitreya is Rigveda, then there are Mundaka, Krishna and all, Atharvana Veda. And even in that there are different shakas are all there. The Kathopanishad is from the Klataka shaka of Krishna Yajurveda. Like this there are Taitriya is from the Taitriya shaka. So different shakas have their own Upanishads, and all Upanishads are started only to give you a means to free yourself from all kinds of anartha, which is basically samsara. And also what he is saying that there is no other means also. Don't think that Upanishad is also one more means. It's not like that. So he is saying, Nahi tad vihita upaya anusevanam muktva atyantikaha asya anarthasya upashama upayaha asti. So, other than or separate from this, whatever is said by the Upanishad, correct? Upanishad is giving you the means to resolve all your undesirable, all the undesirables which you face, correct? Now, these whatever means which are mandated by the Upanishads, leaving that aside, there is no other, there is no other way, in fact, for you to resolve all these undesirables. This is the only way by which completely atyantikaha he is saying. Okay, totally and completely you can get rid of all these undesirables. There is no other way other than this to do that. Therefore, what? Tasmat atraiva Upanishad vihita upaya yatna paraihi bhavitavyam. So, therefore, what? This everybody should be like yatna paraihi means what? You have to be focused on putting your effort in what? In this only. In whatever the upayas which the Upanishad is mandating you, whatever means the Upanishad is prescribing to you, in that only you have to be focusing all your efforts, he is saying. Okay. And that is the prakaranartha. That is the artha. That is why the Upanishad is even describing all this process of death. Okay. Having said this, now he is giving the meaning for the last portion, as I said, this portion now. Correct? Tam vidya karmani saman varabhete purva prajna cha. So that portion, so Bhashyakara is saying now, Shakatavat Sambrita Sambhara Utsarjanyati iti uktam. So already we saw in the previous Brahmana this analogy of this cart loaded fully, leaving with lot of noise, correct? That is what, that even while you are dying, you are all these noises some people can make, correct? The breath is like that, it is going and coming, all that. So that now what do you really carry with you in that? But in the Shakata analogy, you are filling your car with a lot of stuff, right? What is the stuff? What it actually points to? Okay, what is it an analogy for that he is saying here? So this was said. Then now he is asking, Kim punah tasya paralokaya pravrittasya pathyadanam Shakatika Sambhara Sthaniyam. Shakatika Sambhara Sthaniyam means the load in the cart with reference. So the load in the cart actually refers to something, correct? It indicates, because it's only an analogy. So the load, whatever you are carrying in the cart, in that, whatever is referenced by that, correct? In that sthana, what is it that you actually take when when the jiva dies and goes away, leaving the body? What does it take? Means that whatever is there in the cart load is supposed to be the food. Pathyadanam paralokaya pravritasya, one who is going to the other loka, correct? Some other loka. So you leave behind this body and you are going to paraloka. While going, what is your food on the way? Because if you are traveling, you will carry food, correct? In those days, in fact, particularly, people carried the food also along with them. Okay. Even when we, even today in our weddings, there is something called on the last day, correct? Third day, 3 day weddings only is not happening nowadays, I think. If it happens like that, Pattusada Kudai, like we have something in Tamil Nadu at least. So the groom's family have to go to their village from the, because the generally the wedding happens in the village of the bride. And after the wedding is over, in those days, in fact, they will pack lot of food and put it in the cart and send off they will do. So that kind of, and they'll make special food at that time which can be carried, correct, which will not spoil very easily. So there is a special menu for that. In fact, what you cook so that it can be given it to be given to those who are traveling somewhere. So something like that. What do you carry now? Which is like your food when you are going to the next loka. And also what? Gatva va paralokam. So having gone to the other loka, yad bhunte, so you eat that food. And also what? It becomes the cause for what? Sharira, the arambhakam chayate kim. So also it helps you in starting a new body, correct? In creation of the new body where you are going to function now. So what is that? What is that food which you take while going to the paraloka, and that you eat, and also which is the cause for you to take a new body? That is being said now. What is that? Tam paralokaya gachantam atmanam vidya karmani. So vidya karmani. So the one who is going to the paraloka, this atma, okay, that atma is now what? Taking vidya karmani. So vidya cha karma cha, that is vidya karmani. Okay, dual case. And again, vidya means what? Vidya sarva prakara vihita pratisiddha cha avihita pratisiddha. So here vihita means Anandagiri says that vihita vidya means it is dhyanatmika. Different types of meditations, upasana, which are all given in the Upanishad. Pratisiddha means nowadays, in fact, in the new today, nowadays there is so much uh, distraction. Correct? At least in those days, there was no TV, no mobile phones, or no internet, nothing, not even radio. So you didn't have uh, much scope for getting distracted. But nowadays, people are just scrolling, seeing some nonsense on phone, etc. So like this, all this is all only pratisiddha, really speaking. From if you want to lead a life as per the Shastra, you cannot be endlessly doing all that. So all this internet browsing and looking at undesirable things is all forbidden. Then avihita means anyway during your laukika life you have to think about certain things and all that. That is all that will come in the avihita and apratisiddha. That which is not really mandated, that which is not really forbidden also by the Shastra, but certain things you have to do to lead your life, correct? Those things are all part of Vidya. Similarly, for karma also. Vihitam karma, of course, the Naimitika karma are all Vihita karma, and Yajna Dana Tapah karma, they are all Vihita karma, particularly for a Vedanti. So, Yajnam, Danam, Tapas, these things one has to do. Of course, Pratisiddha karma is there, so many are there. So I don't have to list the prohibited acts. There are some acts which are not mentioned by the Shastra, nor it is prohibited in those things which you have to do during your day-to-day life. All these things Bhashyakara is saying. Now in this, the Vartikakara is making one important point with regard to this Vidya Sarva Prakara. He says that even though Sarva Prakara, all Vidya is mentioned here, this Vidya is only Manasam Karma, Upasana, which is along with karma, whatever you do vidya, correct? But this does not include Atma Vidya. Atma Vidya you cannot take here. Atma Vidya is only jnanam. There is no role of karma in that, or it is not connected to karma. Here Vidya means something which is connected to karma. Okay. Only those Vidyas are talked about as Vidya. Sarva Prakara means all types. Means then somebody may say that why can't we include Atma Vidya here? Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya should not be included in this. So this is other than that only. Okay. So those things, what all these things, Samanvara Bhete, Samyag Anvara Bhete, Anvalabhate, Labhete, Anugachataha. So again he is giving meanings only. These are all synonymous. Samanvara Bhete means basically Anugachataha means they all come along with that jiva, correct? That is what the jiva's load is basically. The jiva, how your cart load is coming along with you, like this, these things are coming along with you. And along with the vidya and karma, what else is coming? Purva prajna cha, Bhashyakara. Then Purva prajna means what here? Purvanubhuta Vishaya Prajna. Purva Prajna means the knowledge or the or the memory of the whatever things you have experienced before. Okay, all the Vishayas, all the objects of your knowledge and cognition, and all the objects of your experiences which you have experienced before, the memory of that. Purva Prajna means here, in fact, he is explaining that Atita Karma Phala Anubhava Vasana means whatever you experienced, whatever you have already experienced, which has gone by your karma phalas, that experience is leaving behind an impression or vasana, correct? The samskara. So that vasana only is called purva prajna here. So you go along with that purva prajna. Why this purva prajna is important? That again Bhashyakara is saying no. Why it is? Let us see. Sacha vasana apurva karma arambhe karma vipake cha angam bhavati. So why this purva prajna is important? Because only if you already have that samskara, all these indriyas and all can go and start functioning properly, because they cannot newly learn how to function, correct? Already how to function in a body, all the samskaras, if they are there, then it can start functioning straight away, correct? So for even the new karma, whatever, to start any new karma in the new body, and also to enjoy the karma phala in the new body, the way you enjoy something also depends on your own experience, correct? The same object, sense object, can be enjoyed differently by different people. Somebody enjoys Carnatic music so much. Somebody will be hating it. He'll say, why these people are all the time dragging, Alapana only is going for 10 minutes. People will not be able to sit. They'll get and go out, correct? Or some people only like all this pop songs. But some other person will say that, what is this? The same thing is repeating, simple beat, some tune, some melody is repeating. You can't listen to it more than 2 3 times. Then you get bored. So like this, there are different types of tastes are there for people, correct? Then how all this taste is formed, how you enjoy a sense object also depends on your already the purva vasana, Bhashyakara is saying. So the karma vipaka here is how you really enjoy the different karma phala, that also is dependent on this vasana only. So the vasana plays its part, correct? Angam bhavati means it is the one which is playing a part in the way you start doing your new karma and also in enjoying your karma phala. Therefore, what? Tena asau api invarabhate. Therefore, this Purva Prajna also goes along with these other two things. And also, Bhashyakara further explains why it is required. Nahi taya vasanaya vina karma kartum phalam cha upabhoktum shakyate. So, if the vasana is not there, one cannot do karma in the new body nor enjoy the phala properly. Why? That's what he is explaining that further. He is saying, Nahi anabhyaste vishaye kaushalam indriyanam bhavati. So the indriyas have to function in the new body. If they are not already practiced, or if they do not know already that abhyasa is not there, correct? If they have not done the same karma before, how can they start functioning straight away properly? So for them to function properly, they should already have abhyasa. That abhyasa is coming, that samskaras of that abhyasa has to come, correct, from the previous body to the new body. Then only they'll have the kaushalam. Kaushalam means here you can take it as skill and all that, or the capacity. So they will have the capacity to do. The indriyas will have the capacity to function properly only if they have this experience before, and the impressions from that experiences are have to be there. Otherwise, they cannot function. Also, purvanubhava vasana pravrittanam tu indriyanam iha abhyasamantarena kaushalam upapadyate. Also, if the purva anubhava, the previous experiences and their impressions, the vasana, so the indriyas which are impelled by their previous experience impressions, okay, the vasanas, they they can have this capacity to function properly even without doing any practice newly, correct? Any new abhyasa, they don't. So abhyasam antarena means they don't have to newly start practicing. They will start functioning with the whatever the memories or the impressions which are already there. So they already are skillful in their functioning. Okay. And here Bhashyakara is again referring to some child prodigies and all that. So Drishyate cha keshanchit kasuchit kriyasu chitra karmadi lakshanasu vina eva iha abhyasena janmata eva kaushalam. So from the beginning of their life only some people, child prodigies are there. Correct. So they are like somebody has not learned any music but they are able to sing even as a child. Somebody has not learned even to paint and draw and all that, but they start doing it at the age of 2 3 and all that. Correct, we see that all the time. So chitra karmadi lakshanasu is saying, so like painting or drawing. So in certain karma like that, some people even without any abhyasa, I mean in this life they have not done any practice, they have not even learnt it, but from the time they were born only they are having a certain capacity from birth. Okay, that skill is there. Also you can also see what the other way around. What is that? Kasuchit atyanta saukarya yuktasu api akaushalam keshanchit. So with reference to some kriya or karma which is very easy to do really, but even that easy karma, okay, which is saukarya yuktasu, is saying that what it is sukaraha, means it is easily, one can do it easily. Normally, normal people are able to do it easily, some karma, but even that, some people do not have any kaushalam for that, any skill at that. So that again points to the vasana only. Okay. So therefore, what tatha vishaya upabhogeshu swabhavataha eva keshanchit kaushale drishyete. So with reference to how one does the karma we saw, but similarly, what in terms of enjoying some sense objects also. So Vishaya Upabhogeshu, with reference to that also, what by nature only you have certain capacity or incapacity. Like I said, some people have the capacity to enjoy Carnatic music or Hindustani classical music. Some people like only movie, film music, all these things. Correct. So how you got attracted to a particular kind of thing, then we have to again say it is your samskaras or vasana only. Purva Janma Vasana is there here also. So, in this manner, what this Purva Prajna is very important. That's what Bhashyakara is establishing here. So, therefore, he is saying, Tacha etat sarvam Purva Prajnodbhava Anudbhava Nimittam. So, therefore, all these things are what? Are they are all born out of the Purva Prajna, and that Purva Prajna has to come along. Okay, because the Purva Prajna has come along with you only, this that you are able to do new karma and also you are able to enjoy different sense objects in a particular way. All these things are because of the purva prajna only. So tena purva prajnaya vina karmani va phala upabhoge va na kasyachit pravrittihi upapadyate. So without this purva prajna being there, with reference to action itself, your pravritti towards action, correct, or your pravritti towards enjoying certain sense objects. So both these pursuits, what actions you pursue, what sense objects and experiences you pursue, those things will not be possible, those pursuits, unless the Purva Prajna is there, unless the previous impressions from the previous experiences are there. Therefore, Tasmat, Etat Trayam, Shakatika, Sambhara Sthaniyam. So all these three things, Vidya, Karma and Purva Prajna, which are like the load on the cart, right? So they take the place of the load on the cart, and Paraloka Pathyadanam. So they are like the food when you are going to the next loka, and they are called Vidya Karma Purva Prajnakhyam. So they are this Vidya Karma and Purva Prajna, which are taking this sthana of the Shakatika Sambhara. And also what? Yasmat Vidya Karmani Purva Prajna cha Dehantara Pratipatti Upabhoga Sadhanam Tasmat Vidya Karmadi Shubhameva samachare. So because this vidya, karma and purva prajna are the means for you to gain another body and also enjoy whatever in that body, correct? Both the pratipatti and upabhoga in a dehantara, in another body, this taking up another body and enjoying the sense objects in the other body, for that the means is what? This vidya, karma and purva prajna, they are the means for that. Therefore, what? Tasmat vidya karma adi shubham eva samachare. So all the vidya and karma which you do, and from that only again you are going to get the vasana also, the impressions. So always do only shubha karma. Don't do any ashubha karma. Don't do any shubha vidya. So the vidya karma which you pursue should be auspicious. They should be whatever is shastra vihita. In fact, that alone is shubha. Really speaking. So you lead your life according to the shastra. Don't just go along with whatever your indriyas are dragging you to wherever. Don't go there. You have to keep your indriyas under your mastery and then do whatever the Shastra has mandated and avoid whatever has been prohibited. So that is the Shubhameva Achare, Samachare. Then what? Yatha, Ita Deha Sanyoga Upabhoga Syatram. So, so if you then do like this, what? Then you will have this Ishta Deha Sanyoga Upabhoga Syatram. Means you will have whatever Ishta Deha, desired body and also desirable experiences you will have. That is the iti prakaranartha. So this is the prakaranartha. This entire section, the meaning of this section is what the moral of the story, like that if we say that you have to do only shubha vidya and karma. Okay, with this the second Chandika is over. Now Bhashyakara is giving a big introduction to the third one. Okay. So he's saying, Evam Vidyadi Sambhara Sambritaha Dehantaram Pratibhatyamanaha Muktva Purvam Deham Pakshi Iva Vikshantaram Dehantaram Pratibhadyate. Okay, so in this manner, the one who is loaded is Vidya and Karma along with them and then has gained another body, let us say, or one who is about to gain the other body, correct? Taking along with him this Vidya, Karma and Purva Prajna. So how does he do that? What is the process there? Now, different darshanas have different explanations here. First, he is talking about the Jainas. The Jainas say that it is like a bird which leaves one tree, the nest in one tree, and then goes to another tree. It flies because for them the Atma is Deha Parimana. So it is of the measure of the body itself. They say, and it goes like the so pakshi iva vrikshantaram. So one pakshi, the bird is there in one tree, it leaves that tree and goes to another tree, and like that, this atma leaves one body, it flies or it goes, whether it goes in physical space or not, we don't know. It flies and then takes another body. Dehantaram pratipadyate. This is the analogy they use. This is the Jaina Matha. Otherwise, what? Then Anandagiri here says that Athava Ativahikena Sharirantarena Karma Phala Janma Desham Niyate. So the Ativahikas are all like the Devata Mata, like that it is there. Those who say that the Devatas only use Ativahika Sharira, like that it is called. Means it is like a vehicle. They because uh, the Jivatma itself doesn't do anything. When the body falls, these Devatas use an Ativahika Sharira, another Sharira, to pull this Jivatma from one body and take them. It is like a vehicle. So it carries the Jivatma and then that Ativahika Sharira then deposits the Jivatma into another new body, correct? Where the new Karma Phala has to be, whatever the Karma Phala has to be experienced in a new body, that Janma Desha, correct? Karma Phala Janma Desha means the Karma Phala, wherever the Karma Phala has to be now enjoyed in that Janma Desha, you are led. The Jivatma is led by the Ativahika Sharira, which itself is controlled by the Devatas. This is one view. Another is the Sankhya. The third view is what? Kincha atrasthasya eva sarvagatanam karananam vritti labha bhavati. So the Sankhya say with all these indriyas, mind are all sarvagata. Means they are all like all pervading. But even though they are all pervading, the vritti is happening only in one body. Okay. So the vritti labha, according to them, even though the mind and indriyas are all pervading, but the vritti they get only from one body. When that body goes away, then again another body wherever it is, because it is sarvagata, it will start getting vritti labha in the new body. Like this, they have one theory, the Sankhya's theory. Otherwise, what? Ahos with sharirastasya sankuchitani karanani मृतस्य भिन्न घट प्रदीप प्रकाशवत् सर्वतः व्याप्य पुनः देहांतर आरंभे संकोचम उपगच्छन्ति. No, this is the ahos with part. The next R, this part is the actual Siddhanta. This also Bhashyakara just mentions as one of the options. Or is it what? That sharirastasya sankuchitani karanani. So the karanas are all restricted in the body. Like even Pradipa, which is there within a ghata, correct? A lamp is there, but it is placed within a pot, means then it is restricted. Its light cannot go all over. But if you break the pot, bhinna ghata, if you break the pot, what happens? The light is now all pervading. It can go everywhere. It can pervade, correct? Sarvataha vyapya punaha. But again, that light gets restricted, correct? In another body. So like this, dehantara arambhe sankocham upagachanti. So again, when the new body starts, then this light here is basically the sentiency or awareness, correct? That's what we say. So it is restricted in one body. When the body dies, then again it pervades everywhere. And again another body in that it gets restricted. Or the Vaisheshika. Here Bhashyakara is mentioning them only by the name. He says, Kincha mano matram Vaisheshika samaye iva dehantararambha desham pratigachati. So the Vaisheshikas say these Indriya, etc., are all they remain there only or they get destroyed. But the mind alone travels to the new body. Wherever the new body is there, towards that the mind goes. Then mind settles there and then again the whatever, the new Janma starts, etc. So that is the Vaisheshika Mata. Or he is asking Kim va kalpana antaram eva Vedanta Samaya or Vedanta Samaya. The Vedantas are saying something else, some other things it is going to propose. Kalpanantara. So with reference to this, now he is saying iti uchyate. With reference to that, only the next mantra is going to start. So in this, what it is going to say now, whatever it is going to say, for that Bhashyakara is laying the foundation. So now he is quoting again from the Saptanna Brahmana 1:5:13. Prayete sarva eva samaha sarve anantaha. So all this in that Saptanna Brahmana, the Vag, Prana and Manas, they are all talked about in different manner. We have to do upasana of them. And then these three are said to be what? They are there everywhere, correct? This Vag, Manas, Prana and all. They are there in every being. You cannot even count them, how many places they are there. Countless, correct? So they are there in a equally everywhere. Sarve eva samaha, sarve ananta. They are also ananta in the sense that they are countless. This these things, these phenomena of life and mind and also the speech, they are all there in countless places. Again, this Ananta, although it is there here, it's not like the Ananta of Brahman, where we talk about Desha, Kala, Vastu, Aparichinnata. It's not in that way. It is still restricted only, but Ananta in the context of the countless places it is there. Why? Because this point is also that prana anantyam is dealt with even in Brahma Sutra. In the second chapter, fourth pada, there is even a sutra called Anavascha. So prana anutva adhikarana is there. So there the prana is ascertained to be only an anu, means not really anu. There it is basically it is restricted. Sankuchita. That is the thing. So although here Ananta is said here, prana is not really Ananta in the sense we talk about Brahman as Ananta. Okay. So anyway, but they are all there. So it is Shrutaha. What Bhashyakara is saying is they can spread everywhere. That is the idea. They are there everywhere in the, particularly in the Adi Daivika form. Correct. So all these things are, we say that Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika. So as the Devatas, they are there everywhere. Also, we say that in the body, when the functioning of the Indriya stops, that Devata then merges with the Devata, which is the Samashti, correct? The Vyakti Devata merges with the Samashti. We have to say the Devata Amsha. That's what he is saying, Bhashyakara. So he is pointing to the Brhadaranyaka Shruti itself to support that view. Means once the body goes, then it expands. Means it becomes one with the Devata. Iti Shrutaha Sarvatmakani Tavat Karanani. So these Karanas are there in all the Atmas, means all the bodies they can be there. Okay. Sarvatmaka Prana Samshrayacha. So all these Indriyas and also the Prana and mind, etc., all of them, they are all there in the different bodies. Okay, they support different bodies and they are all there in different bodies. Therefore, what Tesham Adhyatmika Adi Bhautika Parichedaha Prani Karma Jnana Bhava Bhavana Nimittaha. So even though they can be there everywhere, but when they are restricted to a particular body or a particular place, correct? Adhyatmika Adibhautika Paricheda means here the restriction. The Paricheda here is the restriction. When they are restricted like this to a particular body or a particular place. Okay, Adi Bhautika means you can take a particular loka or a particular surroundings. So when they are restricted, on what basis they are restricted? Because we say that they are Ananta, okay, all pervading also, but their limitations with reference to the bhutas, the Panchabhutas also here, Bhautika, Adi Bhautika can be taken as Panchabhutas. So their restrictions or limitation within the Bhautika world or within a particular body, etc., individual body, is based on what? Means it is due to only the, again, whatever we say, correct? Vidya and karma. So prani karma, jnana, bhavana nimittaha. So whatever is that particular beings, karma and jnana here is basically the upasana only, upasana, vidya. So prani karma, jnana bhavana nimittaha. It is dependent on that. And therefore what? Ataha tadvashat swabhavataha sarvagatanam anantanam api prananam karma jnana vasana anurupena eva देहांतर आरंभवशात् प्राणानां वृत्तिः संकुचति विकसति च. So now he is making the final statement. Therefore what? Tadvashat means the vasha of the prana and karma. Sorry, the karma and vidya and karma. Due to that vasha, even though by their nature they are all pervading as devatas, correct? Swabhavataha sarvagatanam anantanam api. They are all pervading and they are there everywhere. But still what? Prana. Here prana means all the indriyas and prana also you have to take. Okay. Due to the karma jnana vasana only. Karma jnana vasana means you can take it as vidya karma purva prajna. Vasana Anurupena, in keeping with that only, in keeping with the Vidya, Karma and Purva Prajna, which is Karma, Jnana and Vasana, in keeping with that, Dehantara Arambhavashat, so when, because of the new Deha starting, this, their Prananam Vrittihi means their activities, you can say. So their activities are now restricted or limited to only a particular body. So when the body goes, again, they become expanded, okay, or they project themselves all over. So Sankuchati Vikasati. Sankuchati means it is restricted or it is limited, or when again when the body is gone, they will expand, they will project themselves. And in for this again Bhashyakara is giving another quotation, interestingly from the 1-3. Okay, there the Sama, the word Saman is given to prana, and again so why it is Sama? Sama because it is there equally in Plushina, Samaha, Samaha Plushina, Samaha Mashakena, Samaha Nagena, Samaha Ebhis Tribhir Lokaihi. Like this, it is the same or it is equally present in Plushina means the termites, you can say, okay, white ants, or it is there in a Mashaka means like an insect, like a mosquito, or here Nagena means it is actually elephant, is the meaning taken here. And also they are there equally in all the three lokas and everywhere. Smaha anena sarvena, because the prana is everywhere, as the life, it is there everywhere. So this is said in the Brhadaranyaka itself in 1.3.22. And in keeping with that, again in 1.5 also it is said, correct? In fact, 1.5.13 already he quoted, Sarve Anantaha. And in fact, in the continuation of that Pandika, it is said that the one who does Upasana of Prana as a limited, then he will again get only limited phala. But one who does Upasana of this Prana as Ananta, Nayoha, Yetan, Anantan Upaste, like that. The one who does Upasana of this Yetan here means all three. The Vag, Manas and Prana, all three of them, if one does Upasana as Ananta, then he will get Ananta Phala. Like that, the Phala also is given. And also the Tam Yatha, Yathopasate iti cha. So this is also said, the one who meditates upon something becomes that. Correct? That is also said in the Shatapatha Brahmana itself, I think. Okay. So one becomes as one meditates, one does upasana. So all these things being there, basically what he says is these organs can expand and again contract or be restricted. So that is the mechanism by which this happens. That is the mechanism by which the jiva leaves one body, expands, again gets the other body, and then gets restricted in that. That's what the Upanishad is teaching. So here what Tatra Vasana Purva Prajnakya Vidya Karma Tantra Jalukavat Santata eva Swapna Kale Iva Karma Kritam Dehantaram Arabhate Hridayastha Eva. So this Vasana, which is really called as Purva Prajna here, and also which is dependent on Vidya and Karma, correct? Vidya, Karma, whatever Vidya and Karma, whatever meditation, etc., and activities you have done, and based on that, this Vasana is there, which is called Purva Prajna, and they what they are the one. This Purva Prajna only again is it controls also, you can say this. The Purva Prajna itself you are getting due to whatever knowledge and karma you did. But again, that impression itself is going to lead you to do whatever meditation or whatever you think about and whatever you do. That Vasana only is now going to stretch out, he is saying, Bhashyakara here. Okay. So the Purva Prajna, the Vasana, Jalukavat, what is this Jaluka? Jaluka means a leech you can take. Okay. The insect which is which keeps its one part of its body or limb, it attaches to one place and then it will go like this, go to another, attach the other end to the some other support, and then it will leave this and go there. Correct. The leech, I hope you have seen leeches. Of course, if a leech gets onto you, it is not very pleasant. Okay. Even recently, I went on a trek to Agastya Malai. There were a lot of leeches, and I donated blood generously to them. They will suck your blood, and you won't even know that. So this, it is Jaluka, means you can take it as a leech. So like a leech, this this Vasana only is it expands. Okay. And then Swapna Kale iva Karma Kritam Dehat Dehantaram Arabhate. So like even in the Swapna, you take another body, correct? Like that, that is also due to samskara only. But here also it is due to samskara only. You are going to take this samskara only takes you to the other body. It expands and goes to the other body, and then that dehantaram arabhate hridayastha eva. So being in this hridaya only, then they expand and go and take this new body, and there what? Then they leave this old body. Samskaras leave this old body. Whenever the new body is made, according to whatever your karma, then you this samskaras go and sit there in the new body. So the samskaras only do that. They are the ones. So that's why he is saying vasana purva prajnakya, and which are based on your karma and whatever meditation, etc. Like even a leech, they expand, and then like even you take a body in the swapna based on whatever karma you have done, you take another body, and then you leave this dehas hridaya and then go that purva prajna goes to the other body. So therefore, in this manner, what punar dehantaram arabhe dehantaram purvashrayam vimunchati. So once the new body is there and this it has established a foothold there, let us say, like even the leech, then it will leave here. Correct. Purvashrayam vimunchati means the previous deha, it will leave. So that is the leech analogy only the Upanishad is going to talk about. So ityetasmin arte drishtantaha upadiyate. So in this, to explain this meaning only, this analogy is given. So let us read that. Tad yatha truna jala yuka trunasya antam gatva anyam akramya atmanam उपसंहरति एवं एव अयम आत्मा इदं शरीरं निहत्य अविद्यां गमयित्वा अन्यम आक्रमम आक्रम्य आत्मानम उपसंहरति. So like even the Tiruna Jalayuka means basically it is Tiruna Jaluka. The Vedic usage is Tiruna Jalayuka, but normal Sanskrit is Tiruna Jaluka, which is a leech. So now it is first, it is there in a Trinasya Antam Gatva, means it goes to the end of a straw or a grass, let us say. Holding on to that, what Umnyam Akramam means, Akramam here is Ashraya. It now seeks another support, means maybe it is another Trina or another grass. So it expands, holds on to the other grass, and then leaves this grass, and then takes the support of the other straw or grass. Similarly, this Atma also what? This Sharira Nihatya means literally killing or whatever, leaving behind this Sharira. Vidyam Gametva means basically making it senseless. Once it leaves, this body becomes senseless, correct? So Avidyam Gametva means Bhashyakara is giving the meaning as Achetanam Kritva. making this body insentient. And what now it takes another body, right? From the support of the other body. Anyam akramam akramya atmanam upasamharati means itself it now uh, detaches from this body and enters the other body. It goes into the other body. So uh, basically it contracts itself. Upasamharati means basically sankuchati only. It is contracting or limiting itself to the other body. So from this body it expands, that is the vikasati, and then into the other body it now contracts into its or limits itself into the other body. So this is how this whatever this samsara happens, correct? Leaving one body, death, and then taking another body, new life. These things happen and it goes on in a cycle. It's an unending cycle. It keeps on going till the time you are a samsari. So that this analogy of a leech is given to show how one takes up the new body. The Bhashya and the next Vakyas and all we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Oh.